What's up, guys? Welcome back. Maverick here with another episode of Zombieland Saga Revenge. So, we are entering into the final stretch of this season of Zombieland Saga, and that means we are pretty much also going to be going through Sakura's story now, right? At least presumably so. I think we went through all the other girls already, right? Even Tai as well. I mean, we just ended with Yuguri's arc last episode, so, we'll call it an arc, but it's literally 2 episodes. But yeah. Anyways, it's following the format of the first season, going through the individual stories of the girls and whatnot, or some kind of scenario involving them, and now only Sakura is left. And perhaps we can also kind of get an idea of what exactly Kotaro is trying to do, what is the time limit that he has, and yeah, let's just run through this final stretch, shall we? Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Hmm? Isn't this season 1 stuff? Oh, thank you. Mentioning the deadline again. Oh, okay. Acting all mysterious, eh? The saga of how these zombies will get their revenge. Just I still stand by my thinking that, the beginning part of this song and the verses all the way to the chorus is the best part of the song. Well, I mean, that's not to say that the chorus is bad. It's just, the beginning is just so epic. Saga. And I'm really curious whether or not they will 3 weeks after Arpino comes. Alice? Is there actually an idol scene in Saga though? I mean, 1,000 is not exactly ambitious, to be honest. Now, 1,000 is about the amount you would expect if you actually already have an album out. Oh, so yeah, this is talking about events back in season. About 20 to 30,000. Yeah. Most stadiums have about that kind of capacity. But Sakura is the love! Down, down, down. Huh. Why are they going back through time right now? Although I guess it does kind of make sense that we know a little bit about like what actually went on before the start of this season. How many people did they say went there again? 300? I kind of forgot. But if they're having like doubts with a 1,000 person performance, then yeah. That's a good comeback. Are they all gonna come out? No. Songwriter. Well, this dude. And then, ba-bam! Oh damn, this is seriously cringy. Yeah, so like, you know, it probably wouldn't be bad if they were able to ignore that and still perform on, but as it stands, I guess it's quite clear that they're all very impacted by the actual scene. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I think that was about 300 people. No encore. Major oof! They're all having an introspective on their own. Oh, he's that drunk. Ah. I never actually thought about. Let me think a little bit. Okay, yeah. Seems reasonable. Oh. Oh. She went out shopping? Damn. Yeah, she's legendary. But considering like what we know now about how Tai actually does have a semblance of consciousness. She looks like the Joker. Don't worry about it. Tai's gonna pay it all back. Okay, I thought they were actually going to use the entire episode to go through, what happened in the past and how they got their bearings back and whatnot. Oh, nearly coming up 1 year, eh? This dude. Wait, what is Kotaro doing there anyways? Is he gonna... Let me guess. He's gonna announce them doing another stadium show. I knew it. I knew it. uh.
見事に復活を果たした。アルバムやグッズの売り上げも浜の浦やわらびのの棚田のようにどんどん上がっている。
And they just go for all that without actually telling us about any of it.
それでもなお、エキストは手強いだろう。現在、リベンジライブに向けた様々な宣伝プロジェクトを計画している。俺の全てをかけ、やれることは全部やる。そして、フラン首相より大きな伝説にするために。あの失敗をサクセスストーリーに組み込む。だから3月8日。いいか。今から始まる戦いはサガ史上最も偉大な事件として歴史に刻まれることに。
The Great Saga of Saga.
運命の果てに絶望の闇に飲み込まれようとも、お前たちはそこに光り輝く存在になるのだ。お前たちはこの俺がサガを救うために選び抜き蘇らせたゾンビだ。お前たちフランシュ氏が成し遂げるリベンジはこのサガの大いなる反逆ののろしだ。
Man, you gotta love Mamo-san's performance.
問題ない。なんか可愛い。しまんねえな。うざい。
Alright, how are you gonna do it, Mamo? I mean, sorry, Katara.
サガ人編集部の大小葉新です。記事いつも拝見していますよ。1年前のライブは残念でした。ばって最近はまた目覚ましい活躍ですね。ここへはあの失敗を忘れんために私への取材は基本お断り。長くこういう仕事をしよると各方面に顔見知りができるとですけどね。それでも今回は裏取りに手をかけました。源さくらさん、二階堂咲さん、水野愛さん、今野純子さん、星川リリーこと郷正夫さん、山田多江さん、皆亡くなっています。ながら午後だけは情報をつかめませんでした。教えてください。彼女らは一体何です？こういう写真もあるとですけどね。なんなら墓を暴いてみせようか。これを記事にする理由は、あんたが亡くなった少女たちを無理やり蘇らせ、私利私欲のためにアイドルをさせているのを糾弾すると言ったら納得するか。だんまりを決め込んでも俺の記事が掲載。
Is he gonna be like, publish it, do it?
その時世間はどう判断する？フランシュ氏は来月このエキストでライブをします。リベンジライブを。正気か。あやんかと繰り返して何の意味がある？死者をば晒し者にするのはもうやめろ。あなたがどんな記事を書こうがフランシュ氏は止まりません。
Yeah, he's gonna be like, just do it.
リベンジライブなどさせるかよ。大丈夫ですか？前の女子高生みてえにはいかねえか。むしろもっと早く嗅ぎつけられてもおかしくなかった。障害はその記者だけじゃねえ。次は怪我や服を取られるだけじゃ済まないかもしれん。どんな邪魔が入ろうと今度のエキストは必ず成功させます。同じ鉄は踏みません。12年前あんなに新規臭くて病んでたやつがここまでやるとはな。
12 years.
臭くて病んでなかったらあなたの話なんか信じませんよ。何千年もこの地の呪いと戦ってきただの、不老不死だの。
Yeah, he's immortal, right?
見せることができるだの。望みは叶ったろ？まだです。俺はあなたの予言を絶対に阻止しなければならない。令和の始まり、佐賀滅亡の危機が
I mean, it's already Leiwa already, so.
実際過疎化によって状況は悪くなる一方だ。ならば人々の記憶に永遠に刻まれる存在をこのサガに作ればいい。呪いによって死を迎えたサガに繁栄をもたらす
Girls who were killed by the curse. Huh, okay. I guess the curse in this for this means that anybody who gets successful will get killed, something like that.
人の世は人の手でしか動かせん。違いますよ。動かすのは人とゾンビ。
I mean, this is definitely the old guy from the past. You know, Kachi's I guess the old dude that Kachi was working for.
すごい雨ですね。孝太郎さん大丈夫かな。心配ねって。だとよかけど。なんなら次は靴用スプレーかけてやっか。明日から私らのファイナルリベンジは始まんだ。ちゃんと寝とけよ。
よしっと。我ながらとんでもねえ記事だな。来月このエキスタでライブをします。死者に何やらせるってんだ。見てろ。マジかよ。嘘だろおい。おいおい、こいつは。
What? A curse or something? What the F? And of course we get to the credits. Like, come on! OMFG, what the hell? Okay, I don't think there's actually anything else after this. Well, alright, see you guys after this. Well, alrighty guys, so, we are indeed barreling into the last arc of this show, where everything will be revealed and our girls will finally get their revenge, right? And I would say that perhaps almost half of the context of the story has been revealed up to this point, courtesy of Shufu, once again the bartender, and also the old guy from the, from Yuguri's arc, right? Who is basically based on this, legendary doctor from the Qing dynasty, back in ancient China. But anyways, so it seems what they're saying here is that the entire deadline thing that Kotaro was so anxious about is actually, you know, this curse that is going to, I guess, curse Saga into irrelevance, right? You know, at the beginning of the Reiwa era, well, we are actually already in Reiwa already, so they're kind of already a step behind. I mean, yeah, we got COVID and all that happening last year, so that's probably why there was this, you know, there was this thing in between. But as far as I can see, I think the curse is also something where, you know, the curse is that Saga will forever be cursed with irrelevancy, right? So anytime somebody comes from Saga that tries to make a name for themselves or tries to bring glory to Saga, they will fail, right? And that's exactly why all of those girls were killed in the first place, because they were killed by the curse, and so on and so forth. I think that's what it's trying to say here. I'm presuming that perhaps if you actually leave Saga, you know, you move to somewhere else and you do stuff there instead of doing it back in Saga, you know, it would be kind of different, and you wouldn't fall under the curse here, right? I mean, if you think about it though, it is kind of it does kind of make sense, right? Especially for Ai, who, you know, literally died of a lightning strike. Like, what a hell of a way to go, right? And you know, she was doing that concert that brought glory to Saga, right? So, I guess you could kind of make that argument here. And, I assume what's happening right now is, again, that curse at work, right? With the heavy typhoon or whatever it is that's striking the Kyushu area. And, it seems that their house is being submerged, question mark? I can only presume that's why Kotaro was out there in the ocean, at the beginning of this episode here. But, you know, we shall see about that. And then, you know, the entire thing with the reporter and whatnot, I'm still wondering like how exactly it will play out, especially with this right here, because obviously he's coming at this from the wrong perspective, right? He thinks Kotaro is trying to profit off of them, when in actuality Kotaro has some bigger plans and whatnot. So I don't quite know if what he's going to do is he's going to if he's going to come to his senses at the very end there, realize what Kotaro is trying to do, and so don't break out the story, or just go full on crazy balls and put out the story. It'll be great advertising for the girls, honestly. So especially if you write it instead in a positive light, right? So right now he's basically trying to condemn Kotaro for raising the dead and then using it to push his entertainment empire, something of that sort, right? But if he changes it to a positive note, hey, the dead is here, they formed this awesome group, go check them out and whatnot. You could reveal what happened at the same time, but also bring glory to Franshishu and bring glory to Saga, right? So I think that is probably what they're trying to set up for, especially at the very end there, that cliffhanger right as he's about to send that email, then the power cut off, right? So yeah, definitely feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. But let's see what happens to the girls first in the next episode. And I also kind of like how they did this this episode, right? Originally, where they kind of go back in time to a year prior to their failure at the stadium. Now, initially, I thought it was kind of weird that they jumped back into it right now, but I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Because through the past 9 episodes and so, we've seen them gradually, we've seen a lot of positivity from them. So we already know that, hey, the girls are safe and sound, they're doing great and all that. So that allows us to go and rewatch that part of their failures and whatnot with a much more positive angle, right? So we see, even though they failed so miserably, but it's okay because it's a year later and they're okay now and they're ready to take the big stage once again, right? And it also, of course, ties in nicely with the Revenge concert at the stadium and whatnot. So, that I think makes a lot of sense as well. Now, actually, I was thinking that they were going to use the entire episode to talk about, how they were brought down to the depths of hell and how they gradually clawed themselves out of there and whatnot. But, all things considered, they got back on their feet relatively quickly, right? I thought we were going to get a lot more dramatic and sad than that, considering, some of the arcs that happened in the past episodes where they do kind of get in each other's faces and, go through, this period of depression and whatnot. I was actually expecting their sort of downward spiral to continue on a little bit further before some sort of spark brought them back together. Well, that spark did happen, but it also happened a lot earlier than I expected, which is, I'm of course talking about Tai here. But yeah, but that's basically it for this episode. I mean, I guess they don't really have much time anymore. Har both internally, inside the anime, and also in the meta perspective with the episodes left as well. Actually, is this a 12 episode core or a 13 episode core? But in any case, whichever one it is, they have at most 2 to 3 episodes to resolve this entire situation, right? Now, I was actually thinking that they were going to invite Iron Fil back, right, to have this sort of joint concert with Iron Fil, and in a way that would kind of, put once again bring their popularity to, being on the same stage and being talked within the same sentence means that you're on the same level as them. So I thought that might be one of the ways that they bring also a lot of hype and a lot of people to the stadium and whatnot, right? And it would also kind of give closure to the entire Iron Frill thing, and also give closure to like Ai's own story arc as well, to have this sort of to duke it out here at the stadium once again. But don't know. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. Maybe not. I mean, Kotaro certainly says that he's got a lot of advertising stuff lined up, so we shall see about that now. I really do wish they would have kind of allowed us to see like their relative popularity scale right now, but I guess they're trying to make it as some sort of surprise, right? Because without anything to reference, we don't know if it's going to be a success or a failure, right? I mean, obviously, since it's already titled Revenge and whatnot, you would think that it's going to be a success story, but success can actually exist in many, many different forms, right? They might hold a successful concert, but fail still in the grand scheme of things succeed in the grand scheme of things, right? Saving Saga and all that, but the concert itself, right, the attendance and whatnot, might still actually be a failure or whatnot, because hey, 20 something thousand people, that is not an easy task. I think I talked about this before, all the way back in episode 1, I think. There's very few idols that can hold I mean, I'm talking about real life in Japan. There's few idols and few idol groups that can hold a stadium concert here, right? Okay, it's out of all the thousands of idol groups and idols in Japan, only a select few, like maybe like top 10, top 20. Actually, I would say top 10. Probably only the top 10 groups are able to consistently get a sort of dome or stadium performance here at that kind of level. 10,000, that kind of level, Budokan concert, kind of pushing it, but I think probably a lot of like the top 20 idol groups or so, or top 30 idol groups or so, 30 might be pushing. I think top 20 could hold that level of concert, but to hold a dome level concert where it's over 20,000 people, very, very select few. And franchises are basically saying that they can do the exact same thing as well. Well, we shall see, right? We shall see. Yeah, so I think that's it for this episode. Really curious where exactly they're going to take the story, and if we are actually going to conclude with this season, or there's gonna be a sequel in the future, right? Where they save Saga and now they want to take over the world, or at least take over Japan, of some sort. But we'll talk about that once we get there. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.